there's a lot of young women also that struggle with this, and they gamble as a result. Now, men also are in the same predicament. When you're a child and you don't understand yourself, you don't understand your family members, you don't understand, there's confusion in that family, and along with that confusion comes sexual abuse. And sexual abuse is like taboo. I know I didn't like to talk about these kinds of things because it's not an easy thing to talk about. Well, how much of an impact does sexual abuse have upon an adult? I cannot speak for anybody else, but I know from experience that sometimes these things don't show up, or they're well hidden, right? We hide them. And I don't know, sometimes there's a need to talk about certain experiences that you have had in life, and then there's and to be specific, you got to be very careful too, you know. There's a lot of painful memory when you think about domestic violence, sexual abuse towards a child. And especially if you have been one of those children and you're gambling, you find yourself on my channel, you find yourself in a struggle. It could be that part of the reason why you're still gambling is because of some kind of an abuse that you've had early on. And what do you do when you think about these things and you find that, yeah, there's a strong possibility, there's a correlation to this incident that I think about that is mentally blocked to a certain degree. You know, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of sexual abuse in children that has taken place in children, especially at a young age, that is mentally, or it is blocked out. Somehow you can remember some aspects, some of the experience emotionally. And of course, the more thought that you give to this, the deeper that you go into this kind of thinking, the more that you feel, the more that you can realize how much damage has been done. But as you go through life, you will go through certain experiences, and those experiences will test you. And a lot of what you have or have not from the foundation early on in life will make the difference. It will show up, it will help, or it won't show up, or it'll lie undetected, and it'll cry like your body cries for help. Your body cries for help in a way that I don't know, maybe it's not so obvious, but it's in the body. In other words, the body is experiencing to want to change. It needs help, it needs support, it needs something. I don't know, there's a lot to say here about this kind of trauma in one's life. There's a lot we're just, again, we're talking about change. We're talking about experiencing transformation, experiencing a focus on what it means to change, what the word change really is about. Once again, we're too distracted. We're not where we need to be, and we need a constant reminder. We need a constant reminder of where we need to be going. Isn't that true? We need points of interest. We need reminders. We need support in keeping us grounded to move in the best direction that is made specifically for your life. And all of us are different, so God has a purpose and He has a plan for every human being, whether chosen or not chosen, whether elect or non-elect. God says that He reigns upon the just and the unjust. He provided for Cain continually, even after that horrible murder that he did, or that, I don't know, maybe he thought he was making a sacrifice, you know? Maybe Cain thought he was making a sacrifice by offering his brother, a human being. Wow. Talk about demented thinking. Anyhow, I'm here just in front of the VA thinking about these kinds of things that are going on in the lives of people. There's all kinds of trauma that you're facing that might be something for you to really be looking at personally, looking into your own life personally, because that might be what's actually making you escape, or that might be the trigger, right? It's not. And I guess it's a lot easier once you really see the real enemy, I guess. Anyhow, this is for all the hurt men and women that are out there that are holding on, that, you know, with pride. You're holding on to what happened to you when you were a child. That's private to you. You would probably, some of you would never share that. Maybe some of you will. It'll be part of your healing process in your life, I guess, if necessary. But most importantly, if that's what's causing you, if that's one spoke in the wheel that's causing you to gamble and lose your money and make a fool of the things that you have, lose your life in the process, your thinking process, right? The courage and your motivation, before it gets really, really bad, I hope that God saves you. I hope that God gives you mercy. I hope that God grants you salvation. I hope that God allows you to feed from the leaves of the tree of life, the Logos. That's my prayer for me. That's my prayer for you. That's my prayer for any wounded soldier out there, any warrior, soldier, or civilian. You're in the trenches, you're wounded, maybe you've been left by the side. Christ ultimately will lead you on into eternity if need be. All right. Thank you for supporting this mission. Thank you for comment. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. And again, make sure that you subscribe, comment, turn your notifications to all, so that you, when we go live or quick content, you get first dibs. You get to hear it. It's all about staying focused and motivated. Again, about these reminders, points of interest that we need constantly all around us. So, with that said, thank you. Peace through strength. I'll see you at the top on my next one.